In how you apply soil indicators, you need to recognise that they've got history. They started out as very much horses for courses. Some of them proved to be particularly good, and other farmers thought, well, why can't we apply them here? And so sometimes they've sort of grown a life of their own and have been used in areas where they weren't first developed. And in fact, it's good to understand that a lot of the soil indicators, the soil tests particularly, that they were developed for particular farming systems in particular soil environments, both in terms of climate and soil type.
So a good example of that is, if you took, say, a soil profile at Dubbo, that might be a high performing soil in Dubbo, but if you took that same soil and put it in, say, Western Victoria, Southwest Victoria, it wouldn't necessarily be a high performing soil. So if you're looking at soil performance indicators, there's a whole number of different factors that you have to take into account. So you have to look at the temporal part of it. When is it that you're actually measuring stuff? You have to look at the geographic part of it. Is it in Dubbo or Perth or Queensland? You have to look at the farming system. Is it cane, or is it sheep, or is it wheat, or whatever it is that you're dealing with? And so really the indicators, even in a farming system, are really indicators that we would say are horses for courses. The purpose or the use of those indicators varies a great deal according to the farming systems.
What's really important as well is within each farming system, each ecoregion, ecoclimate, soil type, the biology will have evolved and will be adapted to that. So the biological indicators and what's happening with the soil biology is really good way of having a footprint from these different systems. So if we can tease out the particulars of each of the system from a biological standpoint, we can have a very, very powerful tool to look at the system's characteristic within a particular farming system and within a particular region.
A farmer might want a set of indicators for branding purposes, for instance, to say his crop is produced on environmentally friendly soils. So branding issues are an important use of indicators. Indicators used for certification is similar, but different context. So different industries may require specific levels of soil carbon or specific sustainability indicators for their products.
Even though we want to understand what's going on for the end users, like the nitrogen cycling or something like that, is still happening across all of those systems. So I think there's also an importance, if one of our courses is maybe government or understanding Australian soil health, we also need to be able to compare directly across all of those different courses that we've looked at. So I think a component of this CRC is kind of a hub, is not just identifying, okay, in this system you need to do this or measure this, and that will be really helpful for you, but also ensuring that those different tactics we've identified can then be brought back and centralized to understand how different regions of Australia are performing in terms of soil health and how the whole country is performing. So those questions of scale, I think, are very important, so that we are specialized so we can answer a specific question, but not so specialized that we can't talk to each other.